G&D Media presents an unabridged recording of Last Drinks, How to Drink Less and Be Your Best by Maz Compton. Narrated by Maz Compton. Preface. The term sober curious, choosing to avoid alcohol for personal or wellness reasons, didn't exist in 2015 when I started my sobriety journey. The brilliant and articulate way people reacted when I told them I was just not drinking right now included, "You're what? Get fucked, Compton. When did you become so boring? Call me when you get back on that wagon." None of this was helpful. I wasn't chaotic. Nothing terrible happened. I didn't do anything outrageously ridiculous. I just wanted to dance until the break of dawn, and sometimes I'd overshare on Twitter. From the outside looking in, I was functioning. I was fine. My unraveling was slow and steady. In fact, I thought my story was quite unique. I wanted to stop drinking, and I had no idea how to. So I kept drinking, always hoping the next day would be different. But it wasn't. As it turns out, my story isn't unique. It's everywhere. Each day was a murkier version of the previous one. I was caught in a battle between two voices in my head. The voice that begged me to stop drinking, and the voice that shouted louder, frustrated at the thought of needing to stop. Because if I needed to stop and couldn't, then maybe I did have a drinking problem after all. Sound familiar? In her book, The Lies About Truth, Courtney C. Stevens wisely writes, "If nothing changes, nothing changes. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. You want change? Make some." I kept carrying out the same behavior and expecting a different result. I kept drinking and hoping to feel better, to find peace, to be able to relax, for the anxiety to dissipate. But the blame-shame cycle ended up driving me slightly batty. I was doing my own head in. For things to change, guess what? Something needed to change. So I made the brave, bold decision to change my drinking behavior, just for a month, to see what was on the other side of my last drink. And it turns out that was an excellent decision. By redefining my relationship with alcohol, I redesigned my life. My last drink. My last drink was on New Year's Eve, 2014. It was at the end of a very long New Year's Eve lunch that peaked with my polishing off a bottle of champagne with my boyfriend, perfectly positioned under the Sydney Harbour Bridge at a VIP party. Baby, you're a firework. From what I remember, we had a good time. Getting home from the city with tens of thousands of other enthused and boozed party people was, from what I remember, frustrating. We eventually caught a taxi and crashed at a hotel in the early hours of a new year. Oh, what a night. We woke up at lunchtime and ate pizza. Triple cheese. Thanks for asking. My first day of sobriety was relatively easy. Holed up in a fancy hotel with the air conditioning on 21 degrees Celsius, ordering room service, afternoon catnapping, and binge-watching Netflix. We had nowhere to be and nothing to do. Happy New Year. The next day was similar, but it started with a morning ocean swim. I'd just relocated to Sydney from Melbourne to start a new job, and along with the move for an amazing career opportunity came the evolution of my relationship status from long distance to the post-honeymoon phase of our...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?